Indiana is a force to be reckoned with regards to economic development.
It's definitely now focused on policy, on looking at the things that economic development needs in order to continue to make Indiana very competitive.
The key leaders in economic development have not been afraid of change, and 20 years ago, tax increment financing was hardly used on any projects, and now that's one that's been really on the forefront of attracting new deals to Indiana.
I think the best leaders are the ones you've never heard of, because then they're just doing stuff and they're not worried about the fanfare. And so I think a lot of times some of the most impactful people or the best leaders are people that we've never even heard of. The unnamed economic developer that would never say that's their title, and I think those are the people that I really look up to.
One of the most important tools, I think, in economic development has certainly been tax increment financing.
Some of the early projects that were used tax increment were Toyota down in Gibson County and SIA Subaru in Tippecanoe County. So those were big attraction projects that really changed those areas of our state.
I think it's important to recognize, in terms of Indiana's economic development progress over the past 50 years, I key in on the last 15. And I'm not sure that our state legislature gets enough credit sometimes. I would call out the Indiana General Assembly for all the legislative action that they've done that have moved us forward.
The reason the government created the Regional Cities program was to help attract people from outside Indiana into Indiana.
Regional Cities has been a game changer for economic development.
The Indiana Economic Development Corporation's rolling out the Regional Cities Initiative a couple of years ago really forced communities to look at their neighbors in a way of what are we going to get out of working together, as opposed to continually seeing neighbors as competition.
I think one incentive that we don't talk about is the fertile soil that we have in the Hoosier State for businesses to be successful. Indiana over time has systematically built the best sandbox, as we like to call it, for businesses to play in, and I think that's an incentive that we don't talk about enough, but it certainly adds to the company's bottom line.
But if you figure out how you add value to the region that you're in and then exploit those assets, you've got an opportunity to actually renovate yourself and make yourselves relevant to the 21st century.